Government announced yesterday that by 2012 they intend to make sure everyone over the age of 40 will have the right to a full health check every 5 years. The body MOT could save millions of people from killer illnesses by assessing their risk of heart disease, stroke and diabetes amongst others early on, ensuring that parents can get help, patients rather, can get help to try and stay healthy. So does this sound like a good idea, and would you go for a health MOT?
I think it's a brilliant idea. I mean, I don't do it. Do you do it? I don't go for health checks, do you?
No.
And aren't we stupid? The only thing I will say is if you go for an MOT one day, you know, the next day, it doesn't mean it's going to be the same, does it? You could be ill the next day. But it gives you reassurance. And also, doesn't it come up with underlying problems that might be there that you would never know that was there? I mean, I've got a thyroid thing, you know, and I didn't know, didn't go for a health check till I got ill. And then, eventually, we go, don't we, when we're that poorly? And, of course, now I have to take thyroxine, and it's helped me. But I should have gone along before that. Maybe I could have stopped me having to take pills, which I can't bear taking. But I do think it's a very good idea, and I do think it would help so many people to find out. And isn't prevention better anyway? You know, that we can actually know far ahead, and would be so much easier on the NHS, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I know what you mean about being complacent, though. I mean, because I'm, as you know, married to a doctor, and I think just because I'm married to him, nothing's going to happen to me. I mean, I'm just blissfully stupid about it. You know, so by osmosis, I'll be fine. And I do think, you know, it is a brilliant idea and something that I'm sure the NHS wants to aspire to being able to do, but I do just worry a bit about the cost, because there is only so much money. It's a finite amount of money, and it will cost a lot to give health checks to everybody.
As Sherrie said,
you know?
Prevention is better than cure.
Well, as long as what they find they can then treat effectively at that time, that would be fantastic. But it will just mean there'll be something else that can't be paid for, and that's what just does slightly worry me. I hope it will be cost effective and that the benefit will be, if you like, you know,
and
paid for by the
that people
knowing
might
about
worry
it
more, because you talk about underlying illnesses, as it were. They might not necessarily be life-threatening. They might not necessarily even give any symptoms. But if you hear that you've got something that's wrong with you, do you think people might worry a little bit more?
Well, I think they would, yes, definitely. But also, I think that possibly at 40, it seems just a bit early to me. Maybe just a bit later, 40, because then I think if you did find out something, somehow it just would make more sense to me.
I don't think you can put an age on it. I don't think you can say 40 is too early. What's too early about finding out what's wrong?
That's the problem, though, isn't it? I mean,
yeah, so I don't think you can put an age. Somebody has to put an age somewhere.
Sure.
So I don't think you can say 40 or 30 even is
But for women at 40, most women haven't started the menopause then, have they? It just makes more sense to me to do it maybe just a little bit later, when most women will be starting the menopause, don't you think?
I don't know. I mean, for someone who's just turned 40, and I have been thinking about going for a full MOT, because I am rubbish at checking myself. You know, I don't know if all my tests are sort of up to date and this sort of thing, ladies, you know what I mean. But, you know, and it would be nice to know that I could go and have, you know, I would really like, ideally, to go into one of those machines and have a full body scan.
Oh, where they check how expensive they are.
Well, that would be brilliant,
expensive.
just to sort of put your mind... well, on one hand, put your mind at rest. On the other hand, I'm kind of scared about what they might find. And part of me is...
Well, it is scary, isn't it? You know, because you always we all think we're invincible until we feel slightly poorly one day, and then you start thinking... Who's going to pay the mortgage? Who's going to look after the kids? And it is a worry.
Yeah.
I had to go in for some checks because I took over all the insurance policies and everything, and when I split up with my husband, and thank God I did, because I was very, very fit. I was swimming every day. I was on a healthy diet, but my cholesterol was absolutely through the roof, and it was just that my body makes more cholesterol than I need. So I had to go straight onto medication, and if I hadn't found it, and I was 39 when that happened, so I could have been in a bad way if I hadn't have got that sorted out when I did. So
it's brilliant that you found out, though, isn't it? You see, that's
sheer
what I mean.
Fate, sheer fate.
And she was only 12 at the time.
Okay, it's like...